What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given, back with some more Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and as you can see here, I'm now above 2K rating. And I believe, you'll have to correct me, I might be wrong on this, I believe every 500 rating points is a new floor. And I think that like 6,000 or 7,000 is where things are really like, that's where like the best players are at. But for now, you know, we're just climbing a little bit. I played 2 games last night. Let's look at those for a second. So this was yesterday's video, Rock Master Voon. We did some nice stuff with dragons and battle cries, and then that was the previous day's video. But off camera, I played a game with the Rat King, kind of an interesting one. Wound up going into Naga. I really like this, and then I paired it with these guys, which get stronger each time you use their spellcraft. And then some other Nagas that I don't play with super often. And I'm not sure how great they are. Nagas are kind of a weird one. I do think that they're strong, and their ability to scale a character from level 2 all the way into the end game, I think is really powerful and certainly pushes me in this direction more often than not. But you always wind up having to play small characters on your board too. So I don't know how avoidable that is or how strong Naga actually are. And I also don't know what happens if you triple this guy. Do you get 2 of the spell, or do the spells then... I think it has to be you get 2 of the spell, because that's how this guy works, but all of the other ones, the spell is just stronger. Which doesn't really make sense for the Deep Sea Blues, but maybe it could work. And then I played a game with Millhouse. I think Millhouse probably wants to go Elementals, and there's some interesting synergy there. But as you can see, I just kind of found myself really in Murlocs, though I didn't win either of these games. And I think that's important to point out. I think that's really cool. Might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but I was really looking forward to the point where I don't just win the lobbies super easily. And yes, I've gotten some 6th place finishes and some 7th place finishes. Those feel a little bit different. That's like me making mistakes and me being too silly, but 2nd and 3rd, that's like me trying to win and failing to do so, which means that there's other strategies and things in the game that I'm maybe not getting right now, which is really cool. I'd love to try out Undead, speaking of strategies that I haven't used, and the other thing I want to figure out is maybe I'll check it out after this game, because I think some of these tribes, dragons and undead specifically, or maybe not dragons ever. Let's read these. Summon and get a random minion from your tavern tier. Okay, you get it too. I don't like this at all. I guess it's good with dragons that can keep the stats. That one dragon that can keep the stats. But otherwise, you're just getting some stats in combat, which doesn't seem that great. So Shell Collector could be really good to make use of our hero power on the 2nd turn. There's also a pair. Let's just go for Shell Collector. I think that's never terrible, though. Come to think of it, I probably just want to level next turn, and then the following turn... Yeah, this is maybe a mistake, because turn 2 I want to level, turn 3 I want to buy something and tap. So fair enough, we take some damage and fail to deal some damage because of that. But let's just level here.
Great. Let's get some better.
Oh, you know what? It's actually just good value to do this.
Here's a gold for the trouble.
I turned my coin, so those will always be worth 2 gold. But it's just better to have a level 2 character than a 2-1 in almost any scenario here, right? So that seems good. Next turn I'll buy another level 2 character and tap again. This guy's got a lot of armor, which means it must suck. No, I actually think that Hearth is pretty good. Especially in the late game.
You're doing great out there.
In the early game, it's probably a trap to use your hero power. Yeah. I think this is a trap. Okay. And we wind up losing. Wait, they haven't even leveled? Oh my, oh my. Okay, yeah, that's not good econ. That's what I'm talking about. Like, at this level, I can just kind of get wins. Probably just take the other level 2 character. Tap. I mean, the corporals are good. Incorporeal. Corporal. I'm still not getting it. Salt Scale Honcho. Yeah, let's grab it. We could have given a Corporal Taunt, though, so maybe that could have been good, but either way, I think this is fine. If we find something that can give us like a little bit more econ, we could level and tap next turn again as well.
Have a good battle, friend.
So if we get like Celemental or something, though I'm not sure if Celemental is a level 1 or a level 2. Get Blazing Skyfin. I might sell off the Deep Sea Angler. It does have a lot of stats, but we can still make use of its stats for this turn and then sell through it. Just to continue to level up and get value. And the sooner we level, the more value this thing has. Now, at the same time, Lava Lurker's on the field. I did just mention that I really like me a Lava Lurker. I also kind of like the Eternal Knight. We could give Eternal Knight Taunt. I feel like I haven't explored with Eternal Knight as much as I'd maybe like to. Let's pick up Eternal Knight, roll,
but it'll fight hard.
and then just plan on tapping here. And then I'm going to give Eternal Knight Taunt. I think that, yeah, like I said, Undead is something that I'd like to experiment more with, just because this is really the only tribe I think that I've never played with. This came out while Storybook Brawl was a game. So I never played with this. The Nagas I did play with, like, just briefly. And the Quillboars I've played a little bit with. I think those are the other most recent tribes. What do we get here? What do we get? Oh, you do need to leave space. What's this guy called again? Oh. Yasharj. Yasharj. This is a Hearthstone character. I guess I could know it, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Regardless, but you do need to leave room, because if you can't summon, then maybe you don't get it either. Maybe you do still get it. That is something scary to think about. Alright. So, I don't hate leveling. Probably we'll just play the mug out. Cool. That worked out well enough. So we could just grab the Twilight Emissary, which is good stats, level up. Could even sell off the Honcho and the mug just to embrace my rage. Because I feel like I do want to use my hero power as much as possible. Just look at the math here. This is a 3-2 and a 2-2. But this is a 3-3 that gives +3/+3 to something. So it is more stats to do this. And now we get a nice little Blazing Skyfin here. This seems good enough. We'll also get a level 4 character. I think it makes sense to level up as much as you can on this hero. And that way you can start tapping and generating some tier 6 things for free. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. Let's try to level as much as possible. After you spend 5 gold, give your pirates +1 attack. And I don't know if this is repeatable. The taunt on the Eternal Knight there definitely coming in handy. I don't have any other pirates, so...
You're good.
But we can still find out if it's repeatable. This is a Quillboar Pirate. After a card is added to your hand, gain +1 health until the next turn. Yeah, until the next turn is a phrase that does not really seem to excite me too much.
So anyway, I started blasting.
I think I'm going to level...
Let's get some better minions in here.
Sell this thing. Yeah, okay, so it does keep on working. It does keep on keeping on. I guess I could get rid of the 3/3 now. The 3/4 is just better.
That one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
And I don't know, I feel like with the Eternal Knight... So one of the things that I was thinking of, with the Deep Blue spell that gets stronger each time you cast it, and Eternal Knight that gets stronger each time another Eternal Knight dies. I think that's kind of what I was looking for in Hearthstone Battlegrounds in an interesting way, as well as the Blazing Skyfin being a 2-cost card. Some cheap early cards that really reward you with, like, exponential scaling, really. That just continue to get stronger as the game goes on, the longer you keep these cards around. So... that's definitely some interesting payoffs. I think that there's also some cool payoffs once you have leveled up.
Have a good
And
battle,
maybe we're going to be
friend.
looking for some of those in this game. What do we get? What do we get? Okay, well, it's pretty late in the pack, but the fact that we can power it up with the gunpowder could be useful to me as well. What is this? So this guy has quests. Okay, cool.
Your minions really pulled
This is a lot of tier 4 characters. We could pick up a second Blade Collector. Give a pirate +1 health for each gold spent this turn. Could use the Vigilant Stoneborn to give Eternal Knight.
You didn't make the cut.
Permanent Taunt. Then I could sell off Deep Sea Angler and Vigilant Stoneborn to use my hero power again. Okay, that seems fine. Let's grab this first. Give a pirate +1 health.
You didn't make the cut.
For each gold spent this turn, that's a lot of stats. I want Eternal Knight to have the health permanently. Sell out of this, sell out of this, tap. Figure out what we're giving a bunch of health to. It's probably just this thing. It doesn't need the health. But it could help, and then I'll give this thing taunt as well, because it's big. Blade Collectors seem good enough.
others. I'm rooting for you.
What do we get? What do we get? Another Blade Collector? No. Give adjacent minions +1/+1 for each friendly dragon, which is 1. My Blade Collectors get to do some nice work here. Yeah, Blade Collector seems pretty cool. Alright, that's a nice little win onto Millhouse. So, I was in 5th place. Oh, we had damage protection. We're hitting for a bunch right now. I think I'm just going to cycle through this prized promo Drake. Rip Snarl does seem really good with the Blade Collectors too. I don't know, maybe I'm playing Pirates? I don't think I've got too big of an interest in the Rip Snarl. Or on the prize promo. The other thing that I see here, pretty straightforward, is level up, sell through my promo, and embrace my rage once again. And doing that actually gave all of my pirates +2 attack. So that's pretty good value too. Like, I'm scaling up this board while also pursuing levels pretty heavily. That is pretty tempting to just do that one more time next turn, and then my hero power taps for level 6 characters, and then we can really find what this comp is supposed to be. I think I'm going to try to go for that. Let's see. I don't want to be super greedy, but I think I'm pretty strong right now too with these Blade Collectors. Could reorder the Blade Collectors so that way the one with more health is more likely to survive in the second attacking position, but with this big taunt here, I don't think it really matters, so let's just get in for 8, then get in for 7 after that. Probably want to trigger this guy's battle cry. We are able to snag a win. I think game kind of crashed on me here. Not sure what I should do, if I should restart the game. I'll give it 5 more seconds. Okay. Okay, we're back in. We're back in. Now we're back into the shop. I can pick up another Eternal Knight here. I'm not sure if I'm listening to bugged music right now either. It only pumps up pirates, which is kind of weird.
We are in business.
I'm going to try to trigger this guy's battle cry. And it pumped itself, which is fine. Let's just sell out of the shuffler, embrace my rage once more, and continue to pump up the pirates. And now I'm going to start grabbing tier 6 characters for free. I might toss the Lovesick Balladist, actually, probably pretty soon. Maybe I even just toss the Blazing Skyfin. It's going to depend on what I roll here. If we can roll with a pirate, or if we can roll with, like, the thing that summons 2 Eternal Knights, that could still be fun. We're going to place a lot of weight on what we get here, but the tricky thing is, like, we need big characters, too, to really make this work, because we have to play down a character every single turn. I think I should have experimented with it earlier on to see if I could use my hero power. I do get Eternal Summoner. Like I said, that's really tempting. Okay, we're gonna take some damage on this fight, it looks like. We almost killed their stealthed Lava Lurker. But we will break through it eventually here. We're just barely gonna grab a loss. Alright, I do like Eternal Summoner. I brought up wanting to try it out basically at the start of this video, so maybe that is the direction that we go in.
The battle is really raging out there.
Let's roll for a moment. See if we can find any other cool stuff. Uther on the Blade Collector, also pretty cool. So is Coral as just a really strong thing, and like we might want to pick up. Well, we might want to pick up Coral. This is just stats, but we might want to pick up Coral in case we find more. This looks like a end of turn effects trigger twice. Not really what I was looking for then. Your death rattles trigger an extra time. That's probably pretty cool. Let's grab this.
That'll do some damage. Better hire a recruit while you can.
Guess I'll grab this for fun. Oh, then I'm out of juice here. Alright, so I think we're going to get rid of this and this. Play this, and use my hero power. Just bank onto this for the moment. We're going to get rid of these Blade Collectors soon enough. First, we're going to get rid of the Balladist, because the Blade Collectors are actually pretty powerful. And we'll see. Maybe we move into Undead, maybe we move into something else that we find that's fun here. But I do think that playing Eternal Summoner would be pretty cool. Alright, that's a pretty good Manted Queen. A pretty good just Embrace My Rage, rather, is what I mean. You get good value there. And we will get the double Death Rattle from Titus, though we won't get the double Death Rattle on everything. Still pretty decent value, though, overall. So I guess we want to give Titus Stealth. It's actually worth it whenever we can do that. Let's roll around a bit. Grabbing another Titus is probably pretty good. And it does look like Titus actually works with itself. Unlike Bran. Grab this. Roll. So I could sell out of the Manted Queen so that way I can Embrace My Rage here. Might even just sell out of the Balladist. Even though the Manted Queen... Well, I'm going to play a Titus this turn. So, yeah.
The scourge will consume you.
Let's do this. I think this is... We're getting a little bit into the greedy territory now. But it's still probably right. And then next turn, I might just start playing 7 characters, though. If I can triple Titus, that's really good. I want to find more Eternal Knights and Eternal Summoners as well. And see if we can't pick up the pace just a little bit. Okay, Eternal Knight isn't a Death Rattle. That's important to note. So the only Death Rattle is on Eternal Summoner, though it's a good Death Rattle to summon some 15s for us. What do we get? We get a... After you spend 8 gold, gain another random pirate. That's interesting. We're going to pop some bubbles here. But my opponent looking pretty strong with this setup. It's a little bit awkward. Okay, then we do summon a bunch of Eternal Knights here, so that's cool. And then we don't have enough space to summon that many more. All of these Eternal Knights are still really strong. Yeah, this is going to be enough to grab a win. And we'll get a little bit more scaling with all of this as well. Yeah, this is scary to just play against a field full of bubbles. Very scary indeed. Alright, we're looking to get rid of these.
Peanut, anyone?
Every 2 turns, make a random pirate in your hand golden. Oh, that's kind of crazy. It seems so greedy, though. Alright, I definitely want Eternal Summoner. I played this guy just to activate him once. Then I'll probably just sell out of him.
One of these recruits.
I do have a bunch of gold in my hand that I want to get through as well. I'd love to give these guys stealth. Okay, I will pick this up.
The odds are in my favor.
So now it's going to summon multiple Eternal Knights. Okay, I don't actually need to do anything else here. This will summon 2 to 4 Eternal Knights multiple times.
think you can win.
I think I'm strong enough with that. Could be wrong. Hopefully I just don't take 22. Don't need Caligos. Yeah, at some point, like, once you've already picked a comp too, getting random characters is not nearly as beneficial anymore. Alright. This gives me a bunch of Eternal Knights, and I guess they just, yeah, they just trade with, like, a few Eternal Knights here, and then if my Eternal Summoner can die before Titus dies, well, either way, this is 2 more Eternal Knights. That's going to be able to win it. The Eternal Knights aren't that much damage. We only hit for 8 here. Still seems like a pretty good build, though, to be honest.
Nice work.
This is really good at popping bubbles. We are up against the Ghost now, though. This is Divine Shield. I'm really looking for that stealthy. I'm looking for stealth. I'm looking to triple Titus. And then I'm looking for more of either of these things, which have been surprisingly difficult. The stealth thing I may have just missed. That is a very real possibility. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss it, but it's tough because I don't actually know what it looks like. Start of combat, give a friendly undead reborn. It's cute.
Taste defeat, stranger.
Alright, I'm gonna just sell all of this stuff out.
Golden delight. Who are you calling short?
You're down a minion and up a goal.
Just to spend my gold efficiently, because I'm not going to have as much time to spend it next turn when we are... You know, I just want to spend all my gold every turn, because sometimes you run out of time towards the end of the game. So it's important to do that, I think. Alright, here are all the bubbles, which, again, the Blade Collector's pretty good against all of this. Though we're just going to wind up trading into this pair of things here. Grab some more Eternal Knights. Oh, and I guess I over-summoned and lost my Reborn? That's really interesting. Maybe against the Ghost I should have figured out once and for all if you can actually have too many characters on the board or not, and I do lose to the Ghost. That's embarrassing. I was pretty close to tying at least, but oh well, oh well. Is it the finals? Did Millhouse die?
Any defeat that doesn't
No.
destroy you makes you stronger.
Triple Titus, find
Go ahead
stealth.
and
That's
hire
the
one of
game
these
plan.
recruits. Better hire a recruit while you can.
Yeah. Okay, Pirates has a lot of new funky stuff going on. This is another thing that, like, scales into the late game nicely. I think I roll. I think it's more efficient to roll than just tap at this point. Alright. I'm gonna try playing this. Oh, but I'm not tapping. So, yeah, I guess it's the same effect here. This seems fine. At some point, it is probably better to just cut things and play less characters, so that way I always summon more Eternals. Alright, we hit their stealth characters for some damage. We do get some nice value there, and then Zap gets to trade. We do lose one of my Tituses, but then I make a bunch of Eternal Summoners, or Eternal Knights, rather. And that's hopefully enough to win it, though it does look kind of close here. Nope, that's going to be a loss. Okay, so again, I take 8, now down to 7. I guess last turn I took 7, right? But now I'll be up against Millhouse, probably.
Welcome back. How's
Okay,
it going out there?
so I can buy this. So that's an econ. There we go, there's the stealth guy. I think this is a really important piece of the puzzle
Where you
here.
going with this?
Thank you, thank you. That voice line I always love. I like where you're going with this. So I'd really like to triple the Tituses and then give them stealth. I feel like that could be really, really smart. We have a little bit of extra gold this turn. Divine Shield buys me some time on the Eternal Knight. Doesn't seem super important. Really would love to sell out of Zap for a Titus. Doesn't look like I'm going to get there, though. Let's give this one stealth, and I'll embrace my rage. Why the heck not? Yeah, we backline this one. So that just lets me potentially get a little bit more value, but it might have been too silly this game. And I think they can still attack through. Well, they're going to attack into our Titus here. Oh, we kill it! We kill it! Oh, that was so good. That was really, really good sequencing for me there. So I get 4 Eternal Knights. I lose my Eternal Summoner, though. That is unfortunate. And then, looks like I actually just lose the whole dang game, regardless, and die. But it's fun. We still did some fun stuff here and tried out Undead for the first time. I'm not exactly sure. I think that, you know, you want to find more of both of these cards. You want to triple this, and then giving it stealth really means a lot, but still third place plus 200 rating. The rating goes up really, really quickly, and I think that that will fall off eventually. But for now, we're still climbing. Tomorrow's video, I'll probably make it up to 2,500, and that'll be nice as well. But for today, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.